Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're flipping through Mad Magazine number 485, released January 2008. Cover price $4.99, which is indeed cheap. But before we do that, please let me remind you, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. That's the #1 way that you can support this channel and help it to continue to grow. Please, pretty please. It means a lot whenever people do that. And can't do that without your support. I can only subscribe once to my own channel. Anyway, if you want to support me in another way, patreon.com/flippinthrough. Link is down in the description. You can also become a channel member, and that gives you early access to any video that I post. So if that's meaningful to you, you should check that out. If you support me on Patreon, you get a 6 set of stickers, you get some buttons, and you can even get a pretty awesome Alfred E. Neuman stencil, great for defacing both public and private property. These are the people whom I get to thank for their support today. Ben Forsgren, Joey Gesso, Reflection of Perfection, Tom Richmond, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Mead Sperry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Little Cozy Nostril. Thank you guys so much for the support. I hope I can keep on earning it. With that, let's get back to this. Our tribute to the year's biggest idiots. Mad Magazine's 20 Dumbest People, Events, and Things of 2007. Wait a second, where am I? Here I am. This is an annual thing that they were doing. In the 500s, like, the bummer is that it was like you get 6 issues, and this is one of 6 issues. So it's like going through my collection. I've avoided these, and it feels like now whenever I'm in the 500s, I have to do one of these. They're kind of fun. It's like a little time capsule of stuff that's happened throughout the year, but it's not my favorite issue. But anyway, there are some good things in here. I shouldn't start off the video talking about how bad the issue is. It wasn't a bad issue. It is, however, that time period where we do have ad alerts. Yes, there's our first ad alert, and there's quite a bit. They stuff them in there. This isn't the worst issue we've seen in terms of ad alerts. I say that, but there's another ad alert. You guys know one of the things that I absolutely love about Mad Magazine is the letters page. Letters page is one of my favorite things, and it's great. These, I don't know. I'm going to read this one, even though it's not, not that great. I lied. I didn't even read it. I read every one but this one. I've been a Mad reader for about a year now, and my dad read Mad a lot when he was a kid. I'm writing because I have a dumb wish that only the Make a Dumb Wish Foundation can grant. I say this because if you suggested anything to my dad, he would not be able to ignore it. My dad is a philosopher, and our family is going away from home for a year, and we may not yet have decided where to go. My dumb wish is that you could tell him to go to a cool place that would be really fun to visit. Really anywhere except for Toronto, Canada. That's where he wants to go. Connor Burke Smith, Ames, Iowa. Dear Connie, here at the Make a Dumb Wish Foundation, there is nothing we like better than granting the wishes of young impressionable youths. We feel that we have perfect solution. Move to Walt Disney World, Epcot Center in beautiful Orlando, Florida. That way you can have the delightful world of Disney, and your dad can enjoy the flavor of Toronto at the Canada Pavilion. FYI, park hours are 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Thanks for writing, and enjoy the happiest place on earth. There you go. All the other ones kind of stink, all the other letters, which is a bummer because sometimes there's really good things in there. You get, see people that you know in the letters department. Oh! Ad alert. There we go. Was there one on the other page? Oh, I already got that one. Okay, I guess this one is pretty cool. This is by Marco Kuper, Amsterdam, the Netherlands. My wife gave me a subscription to Mad, and that's when I first saw Monroe. Monroe's really the best thing that's ever been printed in Mad. Now I'm a big fan, and I just had to make a statue of him. Please let me know if you like it. And here is an awesome statue of Monroe. This seems to be that artist. It looks like not Bill Ray's Monroe. It looks like the artist who came after Bill Ray, which is, he's a fine artist, but that not my Monroe, okay? That's not my Monroe. Adler. And also, I should do double Adler, because then you have all of this, like, you get a bunch of Harry Potter stuff if you had your letter published. Ugh. That's why you get these bad letters, is because before people just wanted a letter published in Mad. And then you get all these other letters that they want swag. That's what they want, swag. That's all people care about these days. Here we have the Fundolini pages. Fundolini asks, what if the British royal family ran a carnival? Not a carnival cruise, a carnival proper. Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, known now as Camilla, the Duchess of Corndogs. Knock over the 3 milk bottles and you have a choice. Stuffed Garfield or be knighted by the Queen. Bumper car ride renamed Di and Dodie's Parisian Dodgem. Is that too soon? When was this published? 2008? Oh, I guess had it been a decade? It might not be too soon. All right, it's fine now. The biggest sideshow attraction, Fergie and the Fat Lady. Teacup ride filled with real tea. The carnival's unofficial slogan, the sun never sets on the geek show tent. Quality of dental hygiene, about the same, and sooner or later Prince Charles will be romantically linked to the bearded lady. We have the Fast Five. Fast Five things overheard after Henry Hager proposed to Jenna Bush. Well, that ought to keep me out of Iraq. Mission accomplished. Hopefully now Condoleezza will stop drunk dialing me. 3. Now those Secret Service jerks can't put me in a headlock when I try to make out with her. 4. Maybe I should have an exit strategy just in case this doesn't work out. And 5. Oh, we're definitely going to adopt. Poor Jenna. I feel like she's really catching a lot of strays on that one. I really loved this one. Whoa, that's plenty. Easy there. Let's not go nuts now. Seriously, quit it. Quit it. Quit it, 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 quit it. And of course, I got to do it every time I see it. The Godfrey Report. In, gruel. 5 minutes ago, mush. Out, slop. In, gumption. 5 minutes ago, moxie. Out, chutzpah. In, jellies. 5 minutes ago, marmalades. Out, compotes. I don't even know what a compote is. Marmalades they usually have like the whole fruit, like the rind and all. There's Dickie D. Tips to avoid identity theft. Longtime viewers are going to know what I have to say about this. Not a fan. And this is a bummer because I really like 30 Rock. But it's like, how are you going to make fun of such an unserious show as 30 Rock? How? I mean, it's just, the show itself is so absurd. Like, you can't really make fun of it, except to make worse jokes. On behalf of the American people, this is payback for B-movie. The whole thing is that, what's his name, Jack Donaghy, is about to kill Jerry Seinfeld. Like, that's crazy. Anyway, it's a shame. This is a house ad. We don't do ad alerts on house ads. Okay, this fucked me up last time. If you guys remember, I was just breezing through and I saw Fundolini Page's graphic novel review, and I reacted as if they were doing a graphic novel review. They're not getting me twice. This is the graphic novel review, The Amazing Spider-Man Irreversible Terminal Demise Volume 1 by J.J.M. DeMichaelzinski and Todd Scott Ballbag Jr. So it's like, what is it? Todd? Like, Straczynski, that's that part. DeMichael Straczynski, JJM. Who are they making fun of? I know like that's Todd McFarlane. Scott, there's a Scott guy who drew like the little kids, or it was like little baby versions of the superhero. I'm assuming this is the juniors from John Romita Jr. Not sure who Ballbag is. Anyway, this is fun. It's fun that they did this. It made me feel so foolish the last time. Here we are in the Mad 20 Dumbest People, Events, and Things of 2007. This was a lot happened this year. Was it 2007? It's pretty wild. Michael Vick's Bad News Kennel. Who's the most hated man in America? Is it Michael Vick or is it Michael Vick? No, we think it's Michael Vick. As if the idea of dogfighting isn't repugnant enough, the sadistic Falcon quarterback took the heinous sport a horrific step further by drowning and electrocuting losing pups. Too bad the NFL doesn't have a similar policy for losing quarterbacks. Then we would have the pleasure of seeing Vick strangled, drowned, shot, or electrocuted 28 times. You know, it's a different culture, all right? It's pretty nuts, though. I mean, like, I could see cockfighting. Dogs, you know, you can't. Not in America. People love dogs. People, not me though. I don't love dogs, but people do. So I know I wouldn't. If I had a dogfighting ring, I would not let people know about it. Not one bit. We have Don Imus. Now, if you're not familiar with Don Imus, Don Imus is like this kind of shock jock. Think of like sort of akin to what's his face, Howard Stern, and yeah, he called a bunch of like college girls nappy-headed hoes and lost his job. Probably, honestly, not the worst thing he had ever said. That's what's crazy. Professional loudmouth Don Imus has a well-documented history of making racist and homophobic jokes, but this year his unwise crack about the Rutgers women basketball team rebounded on him badly and cost the wrinkled old geezer his job. As we go to press, the I-Man is mapping out his comeback, yet something tells us his trip back to the top will take a lot longer than his unplanned trip to Nowheresville. Start by going directly into obnoxious, pointless blather. Take detour into obnoxious, racist blather. Start going south. Attempt to make right by offering half-assed apology for comments. Look for signs that things will improve. Continue going south. Take a turn for the worse when Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton get involved. Attempt to take the high road and apologize again. Advertisers exit. And it goes on. Here's Own a Piece of Mad History. House ad doesn't get the ad alert. I like this one. The Soul of Mad. That'd be cool to have all those. I wonder if people do. Number 4, I'm trying not to stop at all of them, but there's so many that I just want to talk about. Britney Spears' strife in the fast lane. It's been years since Britney's deplorable, unwatchable antics were limited to the stage, but even so, 2007 was a real showstopper. Her professional and personal implosions were more comically horrifying than a viewing of Crossroads. In one stunning streak of cluelessness, she gave a flabby, bikini-clad performance at the VMAs, and then had her children handed over to that rock of stability and human hat rack, Kevin Federline. Leave it to Britney to lose her babies before losing her baby weight. God, just like, it's so sad. I just feel bad for her. Like, no one, everybody, was there anybody, like, I was a kid when all of this was going, well, 2000, no, I was a young adult. But was anybody like who had their like frontal cortex developed, like saying like, hey, this woman's really going through something like a real mental breakdown. We should not maybe sell photos of her and take pictures of her, and nobody did that, huh? Anyway, this is funny though. This Britney and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. While taking my dog for a drive, I found out that I lost custody of my children. The tabloids are saying my life is a train wreck. I think I'll move to Australia. I need to find out where that is and if they have some fun places to go clubbing and drinking. Because, of course, in that book, he always is saying that he's going to move to Australia. That's a fun little wink at that. Oh! Here we go, ad alert. G.I. Woe, the original out-of-action figure. These are always fun when they did this. They did that more in like in the past, I feel like. Things that you could take pictures of. This is something that I only remembered when I saw this. The Anna Nicole Smith paternity trial. Who's your daddy? So strange. So frickin' strange. Paris Hilton, the ultimate dumb blonde joke. Has she made a comeback yet? I think she might be. The crazy diapered astronaut. Houston, we have a mental problem. Used to be, when you thought of astronauts, the first thing that came to mind was Neil Armstrong and the majesty of the first moonwalk. But in one faithful 12-hour fool's mission, Lisa Marie Novak changed all that. Now when we think of astronauts, the first image that comes to mind is a deranged, diaper-wearing, BB gun-toting, lovesick maniac. Lisa's notoriety may have hurt NASA's image, but it was an out-of-this-world boon to the adult diaper biz. When your head's in the clouds, you don't have time for bathroom breaks. New unrequited loves. Diapers for loony astronauts. Featuring premium airlock protection. Now, if you recall, what happened was she drove across the country to... Was she having an affair with some guy? Anyway, like she rolled up, driving across the country, and then to save time, she was wearing diapers so that she would just urinate and maybe even defecate on her way to go and I don't know what. That was that was a crazy story. Ad alert, the Joe Kubert school. For some reason, I don't feel as much pity for her as I do for Britney Spears. Probably because she didn't grow up in the limelight, you know. I think that helps. Here we have the giant toy recall, a China pattern. Don't recall that. Isaiah Washington bashes homosexuals, gays, animosity. What is that? Is he an actor? Here we have wild horses. Did I miss this page? Keith Richards sniffs his father's ashes. After the passing of a loved one, musicians are often inspired to write touching tribute songs. But not human skeleton and hedonistic freakazoid Keith Richards. In an interview last spring, the Rolling Stone guitarist claimed he mixed his papa's remains with cocaine and then inhaled them. While we haven't seen the will, we're fairly certain Keith's old man didn't request that his ashes be scattered upon his son's septum. I don't know, it's kind of a cute, as far as like stories of drug addicts' behavior, kind of a cute story. Kind of touching and heartwarming. As far as stories about drug addicts go, that's all I'm saying. Like, look at it in context of a drug addict. Here we have number 13, The Sopranos finale. Bada bing, bada boo. Wait. Oh, I should have hit pause. I had time. Sorry about that. Alternate Sopranos endings that would have been better. The guy in the members-only jacket ending. The surprise hit ending. The zombie ending. The Monty Python ending. Here we have the Citizen Kane ending. Roast beef. The Saddam ending. Him hanging. The Looney Tunes ending. If you guys don't know, I don't know because I never saw the final episode of The Sopranos. People hated the ending. People really did not like the ending of this. So I think there was left too open, too many questions unasked. I was watching Sopranos for the first time and I stopped in season 6 about halfway through. I don't know why. Here we go. I'm stopping at this one. You know why, because it's Herman Mejia. Look at his beautiful artwork. I want some Herman Mejia artwork. That's what I want. Finally, there is compelling evidence that the theory of evolution is wrong. For proof positive that man's intelligence has not evolved in eons, consider the Cro-Magnon-brained imbeciles behind the recently opened Creation Museum in Petersburg, Kentucky. The museum's exhibits don't merely challenge science, they ignore it completely. It's the only place in the world you can see a man riding bareback on a dinosaur, except, of course, in an old episode of The Flintstones. Wait, is that true? That sounds like a kind of a cool museum. Like visually, I bet that would be like it's almost like I don't know, like the Winchester Mansion, right? Where it's just this crazy thing built, but it's like fun to see. Might be the same thing. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to look at it with the glass half full. That's all. Here we have If I Did It. Very interesting one right here. There was that he wrote a book, OJ, about titled "If I Did It," and if he had killed Nicole Brown Simpson and her boyfriend, how would he have done it? The family of Nicole Brown Simpson sued him, got the rights to the book, redid the artwork so that it actually looks like it just says, I did it. Like, maybe I need to bring this up. Okay, they got the rights to it and then they changed it. They changed it so it looked like this, where if is really tiny. It says, I did it. And then they added the subtitle, Confessions of the Killer. With exclusive commentary, He Did It by the Goldman family. Right? Because he did it. Is that controversial? I think I'll be fine. I don't think I'm going to get canceled. I think he did it. I think it'd be really interesting. Is he dead? Maybe before he dies, he'll just be like, you know what, guys? Yeah, I killed him. I killed him. I killed them all. Lindsay Lohan, another sad story about a young person thrust into entertainment that whose life fell apart. That's too bad. Oh, all right. I need to get an alarm whenever something related to Minnesota pops up. Because here we have this. The senator in the bathroom stall, Craig's lust. Nothing is more satisfying than when a pompous, sanctimonious, holier-than-thou, upstanding member, no pun intended, of the family values crowd gets caught with his pants down. Literally. Who knew that a public men's room in the Minneapolis airport was actually a playground for steamy homosexual encounters? Well, Senator Larry Craig from the gay state of Idaho knew. You don't have to read the writing on the bathroom wall to see that another hypocritical and or self-loathing Republican just came out of the water closet. Yeah, in Minneapolis. That's us. We have sex bathrooms. Here we have what's the latest animal to go on the endangered species list? Let's see, what is it? T family the family. Oh, the family. Wait. Pit? Oh, the family pet. See, they've changed this. So, like on the older issues, this is the perfect width. There it is. There's the dog. But then it's I don't know what that means. The family pet. It doesn't make family pet. Anyway, who cares? Oh, here's another ad. Um, I they changed the thing. Here's Planet Tad. You should hit pause and read it. As I've said before, I love Planet Tad, but every time I say, "Oh, I'm going to read a Planet Tad," it's always a stinker. So I don't know. Maybe I just love it because of nostalgia. Here we have Spy versus Spy. Look at a little double one. Is asleep. Oh, I like that. I like that one a lot. That's really cool. All right. We're running out of time. That's the other problem with this is that with the 20 dumbest, I always forget that there's other parts of the magazine. Here's Mad Look at Dancing with the Stars. And this one also, this feels like an ad alert. Like, I don't know, there's something about when they do things like this. It just doesn't feel natural. My favorite, wait, my favorite one is down here. Uh-oh. No, they're taping. You can't go in there. Or underwear. Or panties, apparently. Yeah. But bad luck. Bad luck, I guess. I like that. I like that one a lot. Zooming out, what do we have? We have another ad alert. Sorry, guys. It's out. Oh, geez. And then instead of saying nice on the back cover, we have another ad alert. It's outlandish. It's offensive. You guys, I just want to say this has been Mad Magazine number 400. What is it? And 85. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. It does really help the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.